Practical design. A lot of business owners or people that work within businesses think, okay, we need to hire a designer or something to make something look good. As a technologist, it is more about practical design. What does practical design mean? It means managing attention on the page of what are people supposed to look at, what are they supposed to do, keeping things consistent and making it so that there's not a heavy mental load. We're going to go through a site today called The Warehouse and show you a before and after of what practical design implementation means. If we haven't met before, I'm Melodie Moore. I am your resident technologist, here to help you figure out how to implement systems using technology to get more done with less. Let's get started. So, this is a business called The Warehouse, which is a CrossFit gym located in Barrie, Ontario. I came across them because I'm training for higher right now, and I was looking for a higher gym that can help me to elevate my higher training. And this was one of three businesses that I came across. And to be honest, of the three businesses I came across, their site was the worst, and I had the lowest expectation of them based on their site. The first thing I came to when I looked at this is like this very natural competition. I'm like, I have no desire to be a bodybuilder and definitely have zero desire to be in a bikini in front of a lot of people. And I was like, I'm looking for High Rocks. And they do actually have, I believe, a High Rocks page, which I'll show you. But I think they had, yeah. So this is the page that was specifically about High Rocks. And like, I don't think it takes a genius to understand like what's going on here. So there's some practical things when we're thinking about design of just like very common things like this. And then there's the smaller nuanced ones of just like looking at branding and consistency of font. So as a rule of thumb, the technologist design standard is we're looking at 3 fonts max. Typically, that top level font is your logo font that you don't necessarily use across the site. And then you have a title font, so those are your larger kind of like more titles. And then you have a body font. Anything more than that, it just ends up looking cluttered. And it's a nuance underneath it. It's like, it just takes a lot of time for your brain to process. And the thing that I look at this is like, I don't like, they have classes, they have a gym, and their site says nothing about that whatsoever. And this site, to be fair, is one that's under construction. So it's like, you know, take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. So what we want to see, so I was like, because I like businesses that have a really good product, to have sites and marketing that really reflect the quality and care that they put into their business. And The Warehouse is a perfect example of that, of going there and being a part of it and taking part of their classes. They put so much effort into making their product and making their service great that they don't put as much effort maybe into the marketing and sales aspect. And then they keep growing because they do have such a solid product. But it makes me sad inside because I'm like, there are people out there that don't offer the same level and quality that you do, but they've got better marketing, so people think that they're better. And that is just sad. And that's what I'm trying to correct by this. So we took this, used a bit of AI for the content. It needs to be updated. But overall, like the first thing is, you know, am I in the right place? And that's when we're looking. There's a great book called Don't Make Me Think on website design. So if you're looking at kind of understanding this a little bit more, highly recommend it. And typically we want to have like 1 or 2 options of how people can get started. The number one thing of like when you're chatting is like, oh, there's lots of different ways. It's like, you got to choose one. There's going to be one most common that's probably the easiest way for them to get into it. And we're still working this through with them of like maybe either try a free session or come join us today. And then on here, you know, there's a little bit more about like what like the methodology is, and then, you know, who they are. You'll keep in mind like the consistency of the fonts. It's a lot cleaner. And I really just think about like a level of professionalism. It's like showing up to a job interview in a nice suit and a nice tie, similar to what you'd want to see with your website as well. And this is something that, because like their pricing for their classes was just really confusing to me, I wanted to see a pricing table. Now this is not up to date with their actual content, but I want to be able to easily scan through and know like, okay, what's right for me. I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs, and it's like, if it's not clear to me, if you can't clearly explain like what option is right for me, you've made it too complicated. And that's really what we're looking at when we're technologists, like we're systems thinkers. How are people getting to the site, doing business with us, and what happens afterwards from that, utilizing the best technology in order to make that as smooth and easy as possible so we can get more done with less. And to me, it's just a matter of just think it through. Do that first person walkthrough of as if you are going and looking at the warehouse or looking at this business. Okay, hey, is this the right thing for me? How much is a class? How do I get started? Like, there's all those questions that come up, and if you pay attention, it's not that hard at all. But most of us don't pay attention. Anyways, follow me for more tips and tricks on technologist mindset and how you can adopt it and how you can bring it either into your business or make you indispensable at your company.